What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to give you a Canva tutorial on how to make visually appealing and beautiful covers just using Canva. Now if you're new here, my name's Paddy, and every other day I like to bring out videos teaching you how to make money with nothing more than your internet connection and your laptop. So go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. Now, the video I'm about to show you is part of the LCBvault. It's one of my training videos within the course. I thought I would upload it here to YouTube because I think a lot of people are going to find value from what I'm about to show you. Now if you want to check out the LCBvault after you've watched the video, there's always a link down in the description below so you can go through and check it out, or you can get there by going to the LCBvault.com. Now this video is quite a long one. It's just over 30 minutes long, I believe, but I go in depth. It's a video on me actually working, so you're going to get to see my process from start to finish on how to make visually appealing covers. So let's go ahead and roll that video. In this training, you're going to be able to watch me work. We're going to be creating scalable covers. Now, this might take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or even 20. It all depends. Sometimes I can make a really nice cover really quick, and other times it takes that little bit longer. Now, what we're actually going to do is be using one of the scalable quotes, which is in the spreadsheet, which is also available to everyone else. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I thought I would make this video because I know a lot of people still struggle with designing covers, and I thought if I made this video you'll be able to see what I do from beginning to end to make it look visually appealing. So I know this video will help a lot of you out. Now, what we're going to create, I have no idea what it's going to look like as of yet. But what you don't want to do is go and rip off the design that I'm about to create. You always want to come up with your own designs and make them unique. That's how you're going to sell more books, and the more creative you are and the better looking your books become, then the copycats are going to follow you. But remember, never ever copy someone else's design. So first of all, we are going to need a quote from the list. So let's go over to the spreadsheet, which is available to everyone. Now remember, if you want to get to this spreadsheet, and then it will bring you straight to this spreadsheet. We've got all these different tabs as well now. So we're going to need one of these quotes. I want to find a quote which is suitable for job titles. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. So let's have a look. Life is better when I'm... Nope. I love it when my wife lets me go. Nope. You know what rhymes, blah blah blah. Nope. So I'm just going to have a little look through here and try and find one that I'd like to use. So maybe this one. This is my dietitian notebook. This is my teaching notebook. So this one would actually work quite well with a job title. And then let's have a look. Addicted to. Nope. Easily distracted. I speak fluent teacher. I speak fluent dietitian. So I like this one. I think this one's going to work really well. So this is the one that we're going to use. So let's go back over to Canva. Let's get some type of background up so we can see the text. So not background. Let's go to elements. And let's go to this. We're not going to use that, we just want that as a background so I can see the text when I put that on there. So I'm going to move that to there for now. and I'm just going to lock that. So this is something I've been doing recently, and that's been using this padlock. This locks this section, so if we click off and then try and move it, we can't move it at all, so it just keeps it there in place. So let's now go over to text, click on that, let's make that a little bit bigger, move that over there. So what was it? I speak. So let's do I speak, duplicate again. What was it? I speak fluent, and then let's do another one. Let's go for librarian. So this is going to be a scalable quote to where we can just make multiple different colors and then just change out the niche and also the vector if we choose to use one. So I speak fluent librarian. So now we've got the actual quote in here. What I want to do is now start looking through the fonts to start making this look good. So I'm going to click on here, go to fonts, and now just starting having a look. I want a fancy one and a normal one. That's what I call them. So let's have a little look. Angelita. So how are we going to do this? So I normally like to have 1 or 2 different font styles. So let's have a look at this. I speak, nope, baby master. So I'm just going to start going through these. Oh, I like that one. So fluent could be in capitals as well, so let's change that. Let's go back on there, let's go back to here, just start looking around. So cinnamon bun, let's take a look at that. Possibly, so let's make that a little bit bigger. So let's do that. Let's move that to there. Let's do that, make that a little bit bigger. So librarian, let's take a look at this. So Cherry Bell, kind of, that could work. So let's move that over. Let's move that center. So what I'm going to do is leave that one like that for a minute, and now I'm just going to open another one or clone that page so I can work on a different one but keep that style just there. So let's go back to librarian and let's change this. Let's have a little look through. I'm just going to keep scrolling until I see something that I might like. So let's click on that one. Nope, I don't like that. Let's click on that one. Possibly. Let's do the lazy pineapple. Okay, so that looks okay. So let's move that. Let's do that. Possibly. So let's actually clone that one as well. And go back to librarian. So let's click back on fonts. Keep scrolling. Loving holiday. Oh, I like that one. So that one's got hearts in. In fact, I think I've just had an idea. So I think I've got a few other fonts which have hearts in and they're different styles. So in fact, I'm going to go back to this fluent one just here to see if I can find any more of those heart ones. I think one might be called Vaultin or something. Yep, there we go. So let's click on that. These are actually paid fonts, and I do use Creative Fabrica for that. Now, if you want to check out Creative Fabrica, I do have an affiliate link. If you want to help me out, you can always get there by going to StackinProfit.com/Creative Fabrica. So I do always suggest that you buy your fonts. That way you haven't got the same fonts as everyone else, because most people are lazy. They just want the free fonts and everyone relies on them. So everyone's books look very similar. By paying for your own fonts, you can make such better designs. So this is librarian. Let's move that one up to here, I think. So let's do that. What was it? Vaulting. So no, it wasn't. It was Loving Holiday. So let's move that like that. This librarian. So I want this more as a handwritten font or something like that. And I think I might have another couple of fonts with hearts in them. I just can't remember what they're called, so I'm going to have a little look through. So no, none of them. Let's have a look at that one actually. So, oh no, I don't like that. So let's keep going down. Loving Holiday, that's the one we just used. We have this one. So this one's got hearts in it, so I'm just going to keep that there for a second. Then I'm going to go back to that one, or on the new one, just by copying what we have been designing. So what was the other one? Secret Love. I don't think it was that one. That looks okay. Let's just clone that as well. Let's go back to there. Keep scrolling through. Nope. Aha, I think it was this one. So let's take a look at that. So yes, so this one's got hearts as well. So now we got hearts on there. We have hearts here. And we also have hearts on this font. And to be fair, they all actually look pretty good together. So in fact, I think I might use this one. Let's have a look at these. That looks okay. So let's get rid of that one actually. Not too sure on this one. I don't think this font matches that one. See, that's what you want to do. You want to find fonts that pair well together. Usually I do only use 2 fonts. In this case I've used 3, but it still looks good. Well, especially on this one. I reckon that one looks pretty good. So let's do that. So always remember just to use 2 or 3 fonts. Preferably a handwritten one and a sans or something like that. I call them fancy and not so fancy. So let's get rid of that one. I don't like that one. And I don't really like that one. So out of the 3, we're going to, or out of the 4, we're going to stick with this one. So now we need to make this pop. We've got how we're going to keep it, or how we want the style. Again, these fonts are from Creative Fabrica. And I personally pay for the all access package, which is $29.99, I believe, but I did get it in the Black Friday sale, and now I think I pay around $11. I also use the Canva Pro so that I can upload my fonts as well. So let's go and have a look at some of the wallpapers that I've actually got so we can start making this pop and look better. So we're going to take away this back one. So I've unlocked it. If you don't unlock it, then you can't delete it. So let's unlock that and press delete, and let's just start going through some of these backgrounds. So I've got some really nice ones here that I actually really like. So let's click on one of these and have a look. Let's go with this one. I'm not too sure about that one, but we're going to have a look anyway. So let's move that to there. I like this dark blue, so let's actually flip that to there and move that over. So let's just position that to the back. Oh, it already is. Let's lock that as well. Let's take a little look. That could work, but let's have a look at some different ones. So we're going to duplicate that. We're going to change out that background. Let's keep having a look through here. So I've only got that many in there. Let's take a look at one of these pink marbles. Let's put that there. In fact, let's go back to the top one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this writing pop. So by adding a drop shadow. Now there is a certain way that you can do this within Canva, and I'm about to show you. So let's do that. Click on that, make that white. Let's click on this one again. We're going to duplicate that, change the color to black. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go to 100%, and then I'm just going to add it right next to it, so you can see the white just there on the edge. And now let's move that to the back. So let's move that backwards. Let's move it again. And there we have a drop shadow. So let's do that on this one as well. We're going to change that to black. Move that over to round about there. Position backwards. Let's do librarian as well. So we've duplicated. And let's change to black. Move that over to round about there and move backwards. So that one needs to be like the other two, so let's move that to the back, and let's move that one over ever so slightly. So let's go to 125. So it doesn't look like I can get it that close. Just going to leave it like that. Let's move that to the back again. And let's do this. Let's go to fit all screen. And as you can see, it pops a little bit more. Now, I don't like that, so I don't like that that drop shadow is out more than these two. So let's just play around with that. Move that to the background. Move that to there. That's too much. So let's go to 200, probably about there. So we'll move that one backwards. Let's click on that, position to the back, do that, move that over, position backwards. Let's have a look. Okay, so that looks a hell of a lot better. So we're going to keep that. As we can see, it doesn't really work that well on the blue cover, so let's go and take a look at some more. Let's do that, unlock that, let's delete. So this has already taken 15 minutes. Like I said, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Oh, we've got some, these are the ones that I really like. So let's do that. Let's keep that as that is. Let's do that. Let's make that bigger like that. Position, it's already at the back. So I like these backgrounds, but let's take a look at another one. So we're going to go to duplicate, delete that background, and take a little look. So I've got loads of backgrounds in here. Again, all these are from Creative Fabrica. Look at all these. So we've got quite a few. I keep them all in its separate folder called wallpaper. Let's take a look at this one. So I really like the colour of this and the style. So let's do that. So I really like that. I want to have the writing over these two lighter blocks. So let's actually make that just a little bit bigger. That's perfect. So let's take the edge of that and actually move that in. So now we're getting somewhere. I actually really like that. So we're going to lock that background. Let's move up. Let's actually delete this one. So I speak fluent librarian. So I want to play around with the colours of these fonts, maybe just the librarian or fluent, and I want to match it to this back cover. So I'm going to use a Chrome extension. This one is called Colorzilla, I believe. I do have two different ones. Let's just do that for a minute. I have this one, which is Color Pick, and then I have Colorzilla as well. They both do exactly the same things, and honestly, I don't even know why I have two. So let's click on that, and now I'm going to go on to the gold. So let's click there, and now it's pulled up the hex color for that color. So I can go off that, I can click on here, and now I can paste that into there. So let's take a look at that. That looks pretty good, but I want that a little bit brighter. So let's click back on the extension and let's go for a brighter one. So let's go to there. Then we're going to copy that code, do that, go back over to here, bam. Yeah, so I really like that at the minute. So as this is, the background is locked, we can actually drag over that. So we click, drag, and now we've got all these elements together. I do want to move it down just slightly, make it a little bit bigger. In fact, let's click on there, unlock, let's go to transparency, let's just do that so I can see the outer edge where we don't want anything to be. So now we've done that, I'm going to click lock again, do that, drag, move, and make a little bit bigger, and move to there. I'm going to move it down a little bit because we're going to find a vector art to put there. So there we go, let's do that, let's unlock, make that full color again, do that, transparent, not transparent, let's lock it again. So as you can see, it all pops and it started to look really professional. So let's do this, let's go to elements and let's find a book. So me personally, even though I pay for the Canva Pro, I do tend to stay away from Pro graphics just because I don't really understand their licensing and I don't believe we can actually sell it on books. So when I'm looking for free images, I always use the ones which aren't Canva Pro. So in fact, let's take a look. So we can't use that one. I don't want to use that one. I want something like this, but as you can see, that is Pro. Now this one would be perfect if we can change the color. So let's have a look. Looks like we can. Can we actually use it? So it says free. If we click on here, there's no Canva Pro. And if we click on that little title and go through, it says free, use it in all your designs. So this actually means we can use this on a cover. So I'm going to use that one. Let's change that to gold. Let's move that to there. No, I don't really like that. So let's actually change that back to white. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Move that to there. So I really like that, but it feels like it's actually missing something. Something gold. So let's actually type in gold and see what comes up. So I really like that. That's Pro. No. This one looks good. Is it free to use? So we can use that one. Can we use this one? We can use that one as well. So let's actually take a look. Let's try this one. So we're going to do that. We can change the color as well, which means we can match everything to the cover. So let's click on that. Let's go down. Make that like that. Maybe a little bit bigger. Like that. Let's position that behind the book and let's take a look. So that's looking all right. So right now I'm going to unlock the background. I'm going to duplicate and then I'm going to flip like that, just so I can line these bits up at the center or on the spine. So I'm really liking that so far, but I think we need to move the design down a little bit. So that wasn't locked. Let's go back, change that, click off, oh no, click on, lock it up like that, and now I can click on all of this, move that down so it's a little bit more centered just there. So with this, what I want to do is make a drop shadow on that as well. So I'm going to just lock that side. I'm going to move that over, position that to the front, make a little bit bigger like that. Then I'm going to duplicate, click on that, change to black, and move that just behind it a little bit. So let's go on to 125 so we can zoom in and move it a little bit closer in like that. So let's zoom back out. Yep, so let's move that to the back. So okay, so I'm liking that. I want to do the same with the book as well. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. Duplicate, and then we're going to do black on that bit. So let's do that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go up the page, click off like that. Move that in just that little tiny bit, position to the back. And then I'm going to do the other side with a little drop shadow of gold. So let's do that. Change that to gold. Let's move the page over so we can actually see. And let's do right there. So let's move that back like that. So let's zoom back out. Okay, so that's how I want it. So now what I'm going to do is drag over it, group together, and now all this is grouped. So now we can move the whole thing. So let's make that a little bit smaller again. I think that needs to be a little bit smaller than that. And then we're going to do the same with this. So we're going to drag it over that. And then we're going to group together. So now these images are together and I can move them around. So let's move that over to there. Make that a little bit smaller. Probably round about there. Let's move up just a little bit to there. Nope, don't want that. So let's click on there, position backwards, so that the book is in front of that. I think that book needs to be a little bit smaller, not that. So let's do that again. Click away, click on the book, make that smaller, move that in like there, and there we go. So I'm actually really happy with that. It looks really professional as well, and it's a scalable design. So now I could easily duplicate, come in here, change that to, let's do teacher. So now let's move that to the back. Let's delete that one. Let's in fact make that bigger, like so. Move that over. Duplicate. Make that black. Put that up there. Move that ever so slightly, if it will let me. Right to... See, that's why I like to zoom in and do that. If you zoom in, let's zoom into 125. Move that down. It's easier just to move it ever so slightly, as you can see. So let's keep that there. Let's push that to the back like that. Go to fit, get rid of that, and then we have something to do with teacher just there, or teaching. So let's put teaching or teacher's hat, like that. Nope. So something like that. Is that free? That is free. Can we change the color? We can. So let's change that to black. Let's do that as a lighter black. So let's go back onto there. Let's do that. Let's just change that ever so slightly like that. Then we can change that gold to the one that we've already got. Change that as well. Move that in. Make that smaller like that. And there we have one for teacher. And now I can keep going through that and making more designs using this one that we just made, because it's a scalable design. And as you can see, it looks really professional as well. I think the little drop shadow behind makes it pop. What we've done is literally used 3 fonts. I tend to usually only use 2, but in this case 3 looks really well because they're all congruent and they all have hearts on them. We've matched one of the fonts to the same color, which is this gold just here, which makes it look really good. So everything's congruent, it pops, and it looks really professional. We've also used just a couple of images and a really nice background. Now, when I first started creating books, my designs looked nothing like this, nowhere near as professional. But as the weeks and the months go by, and I'm always trying to improve, they just naturally got better because I was doing this every day. So if your designs aren't that great at the minute, keep practicing because they can only get better. Now it does also help that I pay for Canva Pro and Creative Fabrica, so I can upload the fonts that I get. So if we go over to Creative Fabrica, there's over 23,000 fonts. So if we scroll down and click on all of fonts, you can have a little look. See that Thinkle Bloom? This one is what we just used. So if we go back over to the example, I think it's this top one. No, that's Loving. So Thinkle Bloom, that's this one just here, and you can see I got that from Creative Fabrica. Now again, if you want to check out Creative Fabrica, go through StackinProfit.com/Creative Fabrica. Disclaimer, it is an affiliate link, so I will make a small commission if you decide to sign up or purchase. And I do also recommend, it's loading up, I do also recommend Canva Pro as well, so that the fonts that you download here, you can upload into Canva, so you can make your designs so much better. Now again, I am going to say to go through StackinProfit.com/Canva. Again, that is another affiliate link, so if you do decide to purchase, I will make a small commission. But even if you don't want to use my links, that's fine. I just highly recommend Creative Fabrica and Canva Pro, just for the main reason you can upload your own fonts, you can create folders, and you can just make better quality designs. So I hope you enjoyed this video, this little training on me creating a cover. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know, and if you have any questions whatsoever, go ahead and leave them on the post within the Facebook group. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next.